podcasthero.com.
Welcome to the Daily Quote, the podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and this podcast is brought to you by the Great News Podcast. Tired of all the doom and gloom news from mainstream media? You'll get none of that there. Instead, you'll find inspiring stories and developments, making the world a better place. Find it in your favorite podcast app, and just to make it easy, I left a link in the show notes. On that note, let's jump into today's quote from Wayne Dyer, psychologist, author, and one of the most influential teachers in personal development. He once said, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Read that again. Things you look at change? Not metaphorically. They actually change. Dyer isn't saying you imagine them differently. He's saying when you change your perspective, reality itself transforms. And here's how. Two people look at the same situation. One sees an obstacle. The other sees opportunity. Same situation, different perspective, but now the situation is different for each person, because perspective determines what you see, what actions you take, and what becomes possible. The obstacle person sees barriers, so they stop. So the situation stays an obstacle. Their perspective is creating reality. The opportunity person sees possibilities, so they explore. So that situation becomes an opportunity. Their perspective created that reality too. It's the same situation, but because they looked at it differently, it literally became something different. And this isn't positive thinking, this isn't quantum mechanics or some far out thing. Your observation changes what you observe. When you look at a challenge as something that will destroy you, it becomes destructive. When you look at the same challenge as something that will develop you, it becomes personal growth. The challenge didn't change, but your perspective changed it into something completely different. Dyer spent decades teaching this. You have more power than you think. You can't always change what happens, but you can always change how you look at it. And when you change how you look at it, what you're looking at transforms. New options appear. New paths open. New possibilities emerge, not because the situation changed, but because your perspective changed what the situation could be, or what it means. So here's the question. What are you looking at right now that's making you stuck, frustrated, or defeated? What if you looked at it differently? What if you changed your perspective? Because the moment you do, the thing you're looking at will change too. Not maybe, it's guaranteed. That's it for today. I'm Andrew McGivern, signing off for now. But I'll be back tomorrow. Same pod time, same pod station, with another Daily Quote.